like this team is a veteran club, a lot of leadership in that locker room. One of the reasons that they've been able to win 3 straight games, including a huge win over Northern Illinois to cap the regular season and propel them here to the Raycom Media Camellia Bowl. We are set for some football. Appalachian State wins the toss, they defer, so Ohio will receive. They are wearing the white today, and it'll be taken by Daz Patterson. And he's out over the 25 to the 30-yard line and knocked out of bounds. So the Bobcats will have the football first, and this offense comes in averaging 27.5 points a game. And they'll be led by J.D. Sprague at quarterback, the junior out of Cincinnati, getting the start over Darius Vick. And what do you like about J.D.?
Kid's got some fire and pep. He's got some legs on him, too. He's got a nice deep ball, does a nice job, but he really can extend football plays down the field. You see his touchdown interception ratio last 2 games, flawless. He's going to be the guy leading the show today for this offense.
They'll work out of the pistol formation, 1st down and 10 from the 29-yard line. Couple of receivers to the near side. They'll hand it off to Ouellette. He's out over the 30 to the 32-yard line. Give him 3 yards on that pickup. And let's take a look at some of those impact players that you have picked out here in the opening moments.
Yeah, A.J. Ouellette's going to be a guy at the running back position. That'll be big time for this team, and he'll get a lot of action.
Incomplete on the far side, almost picked off backdoor impact players.
Talked about A.J. Ouellette, but Poppy White is a player that's explosive. They finally get him back. He's missed 5 games this year. He's going to get a little action today. We talk about Ronald Blair. Latrell Gibbs is their best cover guy. 6 interceptions this year.
Gibbs made that play a moment ago with 6 interceptions. Had that pass broken up a moment ago. That's his 10th of the season. First on the team. Keep an eye on Ronald Blair, 49, wearing the black jersey.
He's right there. He's a playmaker for this football team.
Daz Patterson checks in the game. They'll give him the football on 3rd down. Nothing happening. Gain of a yard. It'll be 4th down.
This defense comes to play. They've been good. Not only have they had a high-powered offense, but this defense has played well. Keenan Gilchrist on the play. Their linebackers are fast. They're missing John Law today, but Boggs and a few of these players will come up big.
Bonstetter will punt it away. Mitch averaging 38.8 yards per punt. Long of 58. Latrell Gibbs back to return. He'll come up and make the catch at the 35. A dangerous play, but makes a good grab. 32-yard punt. Decent field position now for the Mountaineers. Taylor Lamb, what a season he has had running the show for the Mountaineers. Run-heavy offense, but boy, when he has his chances, he has been awesome.
Ultra efficient, does not turn the ball over. 29 touchdowns to just 8 interceptions. And he's only a true sophomore, but he plays like a senior, Dave. He's run this offense to the T for Scott Satterfield.
They will work out of the pistol most of the evening tonight. They'll hand it off to Marcus Cox, the junior, out of Decula, Georgia. Turns the corner, and he'll get it out over the 40. They will spot it. Let's see where they do spot it. No official mark as of yet.
Marcus Cox, big-time rusher. Look for Sims McElfresh, number 83. He'll run a little option behind the backfield. Kurt Lasik, 61 tackles as a DN, and Jovan Johnson's their most athletic linebacker for Ohio. He'll be big.
And on the near side, completely away from the field, an injured Mountaineer. Looks like Montez McGuire, the senior, right at the 50-yard line. I mean, the play was run on the far side of the field, and he is laying on the near side as the Mountaineer staff attending to him.
Let's look at the bottom of the screen right here. He's D'd up. This is really a non-contact injury. Just goes to block and catches his knee on the turf there, Dave. It's, man, Hate to see those non-contact injuries.
Montez, 8 catches on the year. Suspended the first 3 games of the year. Transferred in from a junior college back at the beginning of the 2014 season. Getting a pat on the back from Devin Jones of Ohio as he makes his way back to the Mountaineer bench. Appalachian State already down 1 receiver, is one of their best. Shaden Metters averaging 21 yards a catch, out with a lower leg injury back in week 11. But a big gain on first down sets up Appalachian State's second down and about 3.5, maybe closer to 3 yards here at the 42-yard line. So out of the pistol again, Taylor Lamb, number 11 at quarterback. They'll hand it off right side this time, going with Cox. Cox got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Basham comes in along with Brett Layton. No gain, and 3rd down and about 3.
This offense for Scott Satterfield has really been exceptional. You talked about the pistol spread. They'll run a lot of read option. The one thing that Taylor Lamb does great at the quarterback position is he's able to use the ball with his fakes. They're tremendous. Gets the defense going one way, he'll pull it out and get a pass down the field to a really an equal amount of receivers on this offense.
They will throw on 3rd down, coming near side. Pass is caught at the 47.5-yard line. That'll be a first down after a pickup of 6. Satterfield now in his 3rd season. The former Appalachian State quarterback took over for the legend Jerry Moore and has led this program into the FBS. And after a slow start last year, has this team rolling. They have won 16 of their last 18 games. Little play action. Lamb to throw. Coming near side again. Wide open is Malachi Jones. He's to the 30-yard line of Ohio. Thorin Davis knocks him out of bounds, but 23 yards on the pitch and catch.
Yeah, nice action away. Gives you a nice fake to the back, and he's just going to come around. And he's going to hit a comeback route. The corner gets turned around. Acts like he's going deep. Easy pitch and catch. Malachi Jones. Big receiver, big target for this football team.
Boy, the per catch averages for this receiving corps is tremendous. Lamb will keep it. He is belted at the 28, falls forward to the 26. Davis comes up from a safety spot. Lasik also in on the tackle. Give him 3.5. Second down and 6 now. This App State offense averaging 37 points a game. Top 20 in the country. Here goes Marcus Cox, left side, cuts it back to the middle. Down to the 15, mark it at the 14-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, move the chains. Blair Brown gets credit for the tackle.
Patience and balance, that's what he brings. Only runs about a 4.5, but he is a gamer, Dave. A guy that understands what they're trying to do up front. They're undersized offensive linemen, but they're tough and quick. They get out and reach the defensive lineman, let the back stick his foot in the ground and step up the field right there. He's able to cut back underneath the center. Nice run. He's had a tremendous year for this App State team.
Here's Cox. He's hit the backfield and thrown for a loss. Basham again making a tackle, a loss of 6. It'll be second down and 16. Well, congrats to Arizona holding off a pesky bunch from New Mexico. We are in Montgomery, the Raycom Media Camellia Bowl, Ohio, out of the MAC. Appalachian State, their first ever bowl game as an FBS member. On their opening drive of the game, going toward the end zone off the hands of Malachi Jones. This Appalachian State team comes in with a 10-2 record out of the Sun Belt, 7-1, second place to Arkansas State, their only loss in conference play. Coach Satterfield in his 3rd season, a former quarterback for the Mountaineers. But what a week it has been for these guys that have, boy, just excited to be here in their first full-fledged year as an FBS member. On an opening drive, their 9th play. And there is their leading rusher, Marcus Cox, the junior tailback. Over 1,200 yards on the ground, but has gone backwards on his last 2 carries. And now it's 4th down, and here comes the field goal unit for Appalachian State. Zach Maddox has had an outstanding season. He's 13 out of 14 on the year after a season that saw him go 1 of 5 last year before a back injury ended his year. He has made 6 straight. His only miss this year was from 52 yards against Georgia Southern. This will be from 39 yards, close to the near hash mark. Bentley Critcher, the punter, will hold. Snap is good. The kick is on the way. And the old announcer Jinx in full force misses it wide right. So Appalachian State on their opening drive. No points to show for it. Scoreless here in Montgomery. Bobcats will have the football when we come back. And welcome back to the Raycom Media Camellia Bowl, part of Capital One Bowl Mania. Montgomery, Alabama. Dave Neal, Anthony Beck, Paul Carcaterra down on the sidelines. And it is a cool evening here in the state of Alabama where they love their football. Ohio, the Bobcats. Second possession of the game. Their first one ended up being a 3-and-out punt, and they open up this possession with an incomplete pass.
Daz Patterson's been a big part of this rushing offense. He's been banged up too for Ohio. Very quick, shifty back. An explosive player they got to get the ball to.
Sprague's pass complete. No gain on the play as Sebastian Smith hit the moment he catches the football. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
2 things this defense have struggled against in their losses against Arkansas State is up-tempo offense. Right now, Ohio speeding it up.
4-man rush going over the middle. Looking for the tight end, Keith Heitzman, and that one's incomplete. 3 quick plays, and here comes the punt team again. Boy, Frank Solich, 71 years old, once again has got this football team playing some pretty good football, especially when you consider what they've done down the stretch. 3 wins in a row to finish out the regular season.
He's been an outstanding leader. The kids love him. It's more than just football with him, helping their career, character, but they're well-disciplined, and they take on the personality of him on the football field as tough, hardcore players.
Went on the road to beat Northern Illinois to finish out the regular season, and that just doesn't happen very often. And a fair catch called for and taken by Appalachian State, and a flag down back at the 34-yard line. We'll wait on that call. Dave Neal and Anthony Beck at our broadcast position here at Crampton Bowl. And you know, we talk a little bit about Frank Solich and what Ohio's done, but what a job Scott Satterfield has done at Appalachian State. First year as a full-fledged member of the FBS. They go 10-2, and boy, put together a great season, and here they are in their first ever bowl game. From a player's perspective, what has this week been like for them?
Well, it's been special. You know, you talk to the players, they've enjoyed every minute of it. They've been treated well, and the kids really enjoy the experience, finally being a part of this. They've had some big wins in the FCS, but, you know, for Coach Satterfield, this is a huge game for them. I mean, they're taking on, they're on national TV. They get to kind of show what they're selling right now at App State, and I've liked what I've seen on tape with them. And high-profile offense that runs the ball extremely well, an efficient quarterback, and a defense that's in the top 25 in the FBS.
Personal foul against Ohio will set up Appalachian State right near midfield. Lamb will throw on first down. Pass caught near the 40-yard line. That'll be caught by Bobo Bethard, a gain of 11 and a first down. But Appalachian State, what can you say? I mean, the season has been remarkable. They had an early season loss to #1 ranked Clemson. Other than that, it's been a pretty good run. They lose to Arkansas State in conference, their only loss in the Sun Belt. Here's a handoff to Marcus Cox, and he's inside the 40, gets a couple of yards. Gain of 2 on the play, and it's been a season that saw them put together 5 first-team all-conference members, tied for the most in the Sun Belt. And it's just been an offense that has been kind of unique in some ways. They run a lot of this pistol formation, but it's what they do out of the pistol that makes them a little unique.
Yeah, a little misdirection. They keep it balanced on your defensive side, not knowing which way the back is, and you see the receiver in motion. They'll do a lot of that in this football game.
Here is Cox. He is dragged to the turf by Jovan Johnson, the outside backer, the senior, making the play. Jovan on the year with 32 tackles, another flag on the play.
He might get a personal foul for that little swipe there that he just made to the sidelines. But he made it to his sidelines.
Right. And that is truly uncharacteristic of a Frank Solich coach team. And Johnson will watch the next play, if not more.
You see, he makes a great tackles, athletic linebacker. We talked about him as an impact player, and he's looking over to his sidelines, pointing to his guys, and just saying,
it's the old throat slash.
Old slow throat slash, and you know, referees are going to call that every time, and unfortunately, sets this team up on offense.
Nice play fake. Here goes Lamb. He's got room to run to the 15, cuts it back to the 10, 5, touchdown.
Great fake to sell it. Lamb, he is intense. He loves it. This is big for this team. A lot of fans traveled their way, and they get their first touchdown in a bowl.
21 yards, his 5th rushing touchdown, and here's the point after from Zach Maddox. And the point after is up and good. You told us last night in the meeting, you were breaking down Taylor Lamb, and you said he has great ball skills. And we saw a little bit of that here. He bought himself some time with the play fakes.
Yeah, it's a complete sellout, but he can beat you with his legs too, Dave. Getting down inside, you better be a short tackler, because if not, he's going to score.
The 2015 Raycom Media Camellia Bowl, brought to you by Raycom Media. Raycom Media salutes Appalachian State and Ohio University. Quicksilver from Capital One. Earn unlimited 1.5% cash back every purchase every day. And Chevrolet. Find new roads.
Boy, so much history here in Montgomery, and Ohio University visited a historic library where it was erected, the site where Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat. A museum depicts the event and ensuing activities back in that 381-day Montgomery bus boycott. Just one of the many events attended by both schools while they were here this week in Montgomery. Provitt on the return out to the 25, and he is stuffed there. A couple of personal fouls, and here comes another flag, which could be another personal foul. Ohio had 2 on that last Appalachian State drive, which helped the Mountaineers push the ball into the end zone. And see if this one doesn't go against App State.
Yeah, they're going to get them for a little extracurricular activity after the whistle, and you got to be smart. I know that.
Wow, both enforced.
A lot of emotions. You obviously high intensity play by this team. First time in a bowl, you talked about it. You got to be able to be composed as a football team. The one thing they've done, and that is a huge double penalty for this team. It's going to take them all the way across the field. And watch closely. You'll see a hand come in on the face mask right there. And then here it is after the whistle. Piling on, jumping in, personal foul after the whistle was blown, and you see right there, he's calling for the flag, and they get it.
Anthony, they will take it all the way down to the App State 44-yard line. They had him stuffed back at the Ohio 25. First down and 10. Quick snap. Here goes Sprague. He has dropped it midfield. Eric Boggs, the sophomore linebacker out of Belton, South Carolina, with his 96th stop of the year.
Well, John Law, number 88's been out, but Boggs has been one of the more exciting linebackers. He's a sophomore, 2-year starter, leads this team in tackles. Downhill force. Their team is not give up the big explosive plays back deep and come downhill and make big tackles like that.
Boggs coming off a career-high 15 tackles against South Alabama in the season finale. Pressure comes from the outside. Down goes Sprague. Gilchrist will get credit for the sack, a loss of 5.
Got themselves in a protection jam there. Gilchrist is playing on the outside, and they slide down to the left. He comes clean. J.D. Sprague nowhere to go. Good job by Keenan Gilchrist of taking advantage of an unblocked opportunity. But right now, Ohio playing at this up-tempo, Dave. They might want to slow it down and check themselves on what they're doing on offense.
First sack of the year for Keenan Gilchrist. And for Appalachian State, that is their 35th sack of the season. It is now 3rd down and 20. Sprague to throw on a 3-man rush. Pass is caught by Olette, but he is hit and dropped at the 48-yard line. Stringer makes the tackle, and here comes the Ohio punt team. This Appalachian State defense led the Sun Belt in scoring, 2nd in rushing defense, 1st in passing defense, 1st in total defense. They're not just about offense.
And I think that's the way you overcome 2 personal fouls. You get 2 TFLs in a row and knock the offense back. Nice job by picking up the slack by this defense.
Bonstetter with a good high kick that hits at the 1 and will head into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20-yard line. So Eric Boggs has been a steady leader on this defensive unit for Appalachian State. Comes up with a big play for the Mountaineers, who lead it by a touchdown. 5:04 to go, first quarter. Great games to finish out the season, and of course they were all in the Sun Belt Conference. They are your Sun Belt Conference champs. One game better than Appalachian State, who has the football on first down. Jalen Moore, big hole. Jalen Moore to midfield and then some. Tackled down to the 25-yard line by Ian Wells. A pickup of 55 yards.
Well, the one game Marcus Cox missed this year, Jalen Moore got 244 yards against Idaho. Look at the 2 tight ends clearing the hole. You see the offensive line really untouched, Dave, all the way through. Small, quick, shifty, powerful running back. What a great changeup. Gives you that spurt coming off the bench. Huge change of field possession right there for App State.
We asked Coach Satterfield to describe Jalen Moore. One word. He said explosive. We saw a glimpse of that on his first carry. They'll run a little option to the wide side. Ohio read it well. Jovan Johnson makes a play behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd member of our team down the sideline. Let's join him now, Paul Carcaterra.
Interesting relationship with quarterback Taylor Lamb and head coach Scott Satterfield. These guys are constantly in contact. Remember, Satterfield was a quarterback at Appalachian State in 1996. Every time Lamb comes off the field, these two are conversing. Lamb said their relationship super special. They spend so much time at the facility breaking down film, and they're thinking as one.
And you know what, Paul, you're right, and you can see the continuity for a true sophomore, the way he's risen his game. You can tell he's developed the young man. He's taken the process and jumped ahead of schedule. And right now, you can tell he is in charge of this offense right now in the passing and run game.
They struggled early last season. Just couldn't get out of their own way. Decided to go with the freshman Taylor Lamb at quarterback and said, listen, we're just going to learn on the fly here. And I think all of that work and some of those bumps in the road have paid off here as they've won 16 of their last 18 games. Out of the shotgun, Lamb looking to throw. As his man batted away and almost picked off inside the 5-yard line. He was looking for Sims McElfresh. Devin Jones was back in coverage.
Yeah, McElfresh is in the slot, guarded well by Devin Jones, the team captain, right there in the perfect spot. Almost tips it to his strong safety buddy, Torrin Davis, could have been a huge play, well covered, and you can see the ball in the air before the wide receiver even looks. Shows you that continuity they have with receiver and quarterback.
So Zach Maddox back on the field. He missed from 39 his first time out. This from 42. And he missed it again. He came in 13 of 14. His only miss on the year was from 51 yards out. But he has missed 2 here at the Raycom Media Camellia Bowl.
Again, the first time you kick a ball and you miss, it might get in your head, Dave. And again, the second time, he still doesn't get his leg all the way across. And that could affect him moving forward in this football game. 0 for 2 early for Maddox.
Boy, he's just been almost auto-Maddox.
Yes, he has.
Yeah, I stole that from you.
Now you can add not so, right?
Ohio with a good break. Gets the ball at the 26-yard line. They'll run their option game to the right. Pitch to Ouellette. He's out to the 31-yard line. Let's go downstairs.
Take a look at Ajo Ouellette, leading rusher for Ohio. He's got a massive sleeve on his right arm. Anthony, we were down on the field pregame. He was doing a lot of transfers. He doesn't look super comfortable.
Well, you know, you remind me of Rob Gronkowski. He's such a bigger player, and how that looked on him. This guy's got much smaller arms. The ball holding it, cradle in his arms could be an issue, possibly fumbling issues. See how it acts like the rest of the game.
First time he's worn that. Not a lot of room to run on that play, regardless of the elbow sleeve. Devin Stringer, the sophomore outside backer, with his 3rd tackle out of Gainesville, Georgia.
And it almost wants him to bring his left hand in and run with 2 hands on the ball sometimes, and that takes away from that power pump that you need to get through the line of scrimmage and that burst of speed to break some runs.
So another 3rd down for Ohio. They are looking for their first 3rd down conversion tonight. They will throw it, batted in the air, incomplete. And it'll be another punting situation for Ohio.
It's been a conservative defense the entire year, Dave, for this App State team. And they're bringing pressure off the edge. Boggs, number 99, Burns, gets the deflection on the ball at the defensive line. But 2 guys off the edge for this defense, amping it up, putting some pressure. So far, it's rattled quarterback J.D. Spread.
3 and outs. Let's see if Ohio might try to pull something funny here. They will punt it away. Fair catch called for by Gibbs. Well, the latest dish has plenty of MAC teams heading to postseason football, and you see what's coming up on ESPN. Akron and Utah State beginning the coverage Tuesday. Toledo and Temple, Boise State, Northern Illinois, Georgia Southern and Bowling Green. That will be an explosive game. Of course, Sun Belt has their fair share of teams. Georgia State making their first bowl appearance. What a job Trent Johnson's done. San Jose State tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Time for the latest dish, brought to you by Dish Network. Let's get an injury update. Paul, what do you got?
Gentlemen, earlier in the first quarter, you saw Montez McGuire, starting wide receiver for App State, go down. Left injury. He is done for the game. It's a shame. He's a senior. He's down on the field right now, getting evaluated earlier. His mom came down. His season, his career, his bowl game, over.
Thanks, Paul, for the updates. As Taylor Lamb gets dropped back at the 30-yard line. A loss of 5. Johnson again making a play.
Jovan Johnson, one of our impact players for this football game, and he comes off the edge and brings pressure, and he's trying to make up for that personal foul earlier. Beats the tackle on the left side. Remember, number 67, Shaq Counts. He's getting the start today in for Devontae Harris. So right there, they might have a mismatch issue. Nice play by Johnson.
So it's 3rd down now for the Mountaineers. Appalachian State already with 133 yards of offense, only 4 for Ohio. Lamb going up top, hoping his guy can make a play. looking for Barber, and there's a couple of flags that come in late.
Provitt down the sidelines. It's close. I mean, he's running and chasing the wide receiver. I don't know if I see the contact necessarily there. He falls into him because it's an underthrown ball. Provitt gets the call there. I'm not sure I agree with that call, Dave.
Bad break for Ohio, but certainly a good one for Appalachian State. First down and 10 from the 46 now. And off left side, Moore. Nowhere to go. Ohio reads it well. 4, 5 white jerseys on the spot, led by Terrell Basham again.
Basham's been a force. He's just sack specialist for this football team. Right now, he's making some hay on the outside. We talked about it. The left tackle for App State, Shaq Counts, is getting his start today for Devontae Harris.
Well, that'll do it for the first 15 minutes of play. Ohio's offense is yet to get on track, mainly because App State's defense has been all over the place. It's a 7-0 Mountaineer lead. Back in a moment. Gorgeous night, albeit cool, here in Montgomery, Alabama. And now for tonight's storyline, brought to you by Kay Jewelers. Ohio with just 4 yards of offense, 3 straight 3-and-outs. App State with 129 yards, but 1 touchdown, a couple of missed field goals on a weekend that has seen Star Wars open to record numbers.
Couldn't get tickets, Dave. I had no pull in Tampa.
Didn't have any pull in Atlanta either. We've got a long way to go. $250 million weekend, perhaps. Taylor Lamb, pass is caught into Ohio territory. Sims McElfresh, the senior out of Charlotte Christian High School in Charlotte, North Carolina, picks up a dozen yards.
That's a nice job. They brought pressure in his face, tried to disrupt him, stayed on his inside receiver, and got himself a lot of yards back to shorten down this third down opportunity. See that efficiency, standing in the pocket by the quarterback, plays above his years, Dave, only a sophomore.
Third down, and let's call it 2. Nothing happening there. Right back to the line of scrimmage and hit by Terrell Basham again, along with Torrin Davis from a safety spot.
Basham right now, folks, is dominating the line of scrimmage with stunts. He's beating players one-on-one, and he has been a force right now for this Ohio defense in the last couple series. 4 tackles, 2 TFLs. We're just starting the second quarter.
Appalachian State's been really good on third downs this year at 43%. That's second in the Sun Belt, but stuffed on that third down and 2. And a unique looking punt formation. They'll spread it out. Have 3 inside and a delay of game coming up against the Mountaineers. So Poppy White back to return this punt. Bentley Critcher, the punter for Appalachian State, averaging 44 yards a kick. That's 23rd in the FBS. He is also a guy that has executed 3 fakes successfully this year, and he's 2 of 2 passing for 50 yards. So you always got to be on your toes. But on the flip side, 4 and White back to return this punt. He is a dangerous big play guy. He's been injured most of the year, but when healthy, he's one of those explosive type players. Fair catch called for and taken at the 19-yard line. So Ohio will have the football, trying to get their offense cranked up. We'll see what they have in store when we come back. Appalachian State in their first ever bowl game, leading Ohio 7-0. It's been the defense so far for Appalachian State.
Yeah, Eric Boggs right here in a green dog blitz, sees the protection by the running backs, got a free run to the quarterback, makes the sack, and on the outside, a protection issue. Keenan Gilchrist comes off the edge. J.D. Sprague's not ready for that, thinks he's going to get blocked. Right now, they got to slow themselves down, get to what got them here, Dave. Running the football, establishing an identity on offense. Right now, they're all over the place.
How about this? 13:28 to go in the second quarter. Ohio has run 12 plays for 4 yards. 4-man rush. They will throw. Pass is incomplete at the 35-yard line, looking for Sebastian Smith. Looked like there might have been a chance that fell right in his lap, but Latrell Gibbs on the coverage.
Yeah, Sebastian Smith, 6'3", that's their go-to wide receiver, but he was covered by number 5, Latrell Gibbs, their top corner. That's a matchup, folks, we want to see when those two get together.
Gibbs 8th in the country in interceptions with 6. Had 5 in the first 5 games. He'll come near side. Bobby White makes the catch, stays on his feet, and runs right over Mondo Williams, who looks like he's going to leave the game. Big collision on that near sidelines. That'll be a pickup of 12.
Well, he's only 166 pounds, but right here you can see the quickness and just catches him flush on the shoulder pad. Williams tried to square him up, but it's hard to get low, and the guy's only 5'7".
They'll hand it off to Daz Patterson. Daz back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it. Eric Boggs, his second tackle.
See that downhill play of Boggs. Done a nice job all season of getting through the offensive line, making plays. You cannot start with a 0-yard play.
Sprague will throw it. Dumps it off underneath. Patterson stays on his feet and inbounds, and he'll be close to the first down. He needs to get to the 41, and that will be good enough to move the chains after a 12-yard pickup. Gibbs pushes him out of bounds.
A really nice body control again for Daz Patterson up the sideline. He's only 5'7". You see that balance to get up the field.
Nowhere to go, maybe a yard for Patterson. Boggs again in on the play as Patterson loses his helmet. He'll have to leave for a play. 2nd down and 9 coming up. Boggs, second team all Sun Belt. Came into this game with 95 total tackles to lead the Mountaineers defensively. Little play fake. Sprague going deep down the far side and should have been picked off. The true freshman Tay Hayes out of Decatur, Alabama had a chance, but just flat out dropped it.
This straight seam route, and Sebastian Smith is going down. Tay Hayes reads it. The one thing I like about him is he gets his head around, runs stride for stride. The ball is underthrown, though, by Sprague, and he's very fortunate that Hayes, a true freshman, should have pulled that in with the interception.
The only true freshman to get a start this year for Appalachian State was Hayes. 3rd down and 9. Ohio 0 for 4 on thirds. Sprague goes underneath. Patterson's going to have to make a couple of Mountaineers miss and can't do it. Picks up 5 yards, but Stringer there to drag him down. It's now 4th down.
And J.D. Sprague had some time there, starting to run around the pocket. Could have looked down, but they had some time. Again, let's watch Ronald Blair, number 49. 2 guys, they see him pass him off. 2 eyes on him. They've kept an eye and make sure that they have the offensive lineman protecting him in this game.
Ronald Blair, perhaps the best NFL prospect on the field. Ohio knows how dangerous he can be, especially on 3rd down situations. Gibbs with a fair catch. Mountaineers and their offense back on the field when we come back.
The 2015 Raycom Media Camellia Bowl, brought to you by Montgomery County, Alabama, celebrating 200 years of firsts. And Outback Steakhouse. Hurry in for the Outback 4-course meal starting at only $14.99.
A lot of laughs, a lot of food, and of course it ends with some football as well. Just a great couple of days here in Montgomery, and there'll be some great days ahead on New Year's Eve, because right here on ESPN, it's the college football playoff semifinals, the games we've been waiting for all season. At 4 Eastern, the Capital One Orange Bowl as number 4 Oklahoma battles number 1 Clemson. Then at 8, it's number 3 Michigan State and number 2 Alabama in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic. It's truly the most wonderful time of the year. Both games are on ESPN or streaming live on Watch ESPN. 7-0 App State. Taylor Lamb down the middle, a little too far. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Boy, as far as Clemson goes, Deshaun Watson, especially in the second half of the season, has just been on a tear. I guess the term is he's been a beast lately.
He's been dynamite in the pocket. He is a pure passer, wants to get the ball down the field, but he will kill you with his legs. And I think that's the biggest thing. You look at the last 5 games, 250+ yards passing, 100 yards rushing right there. That's dangerous, and he'll be a guy that's going to help lead that team, and who I think is going to be in the championship.
Handoff goes to Marcus Cox, breaks a tackle. So who do you think at the end of the day is going to play for the national championship?
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. I think Michigan State's going to give Alabama all they can ask for. You know, it'll be the best quarterback they'll go against in Connor Cook. You know, you look at that team in Michigan State, they're well coached, and they're not worried about who they're playing. So I think Alabama's going to win that game, but it's going to be a lot closer than people think. Clemson, Alabama, to me, is the matchup I want to see in the championship.
Mark it down. 3rd down coming up. Little play action. Nice little lob pass to the tight end, Barrett Burns. His 13th grab of the year is good enough for a 1st down. Give him 7 yards on the catch. Once again, the play fake. I mean, they are just really good in that play action game.
Yeah, and they'll carry that tight end. He'll be a lead blocker in the backfield. He'll come through, and then he'll slide under, and he'll be wide open. You talked about his 13 catch. You know what? Half of those catches have been touchdowns. So he's not used to catching the ball within the 20s, that's for sure.
Every tight end, they play 4 tight ends. Every one of them has a touchdown catch. The tight ends have accounted for 23 grabs on the year. Here goes Marcus Cox. Inside Ohio territory, down to the 41-yard line. Dragged down by Devin Jones. 25 more yards. Young man over 3,000 yards in his career, and he's only a junior.
Missed tackle on the outside. Ian Wells right there to be on the spot. He's not able to do it. And you know, Marcus Cox, if you don't hit him flush, when they're trying to get the whole defense over. Talk about that misdirection. Nice play and nice run by Marcus Cox.
1st down and 10. Coming near side. Pass is caught by Malachi Jones. Let's go down and check in with Paul on Taylor Lamb.
Well, Dave, when I spoke to Taylor Lamb this week, he told me the progression between freshman and sophomore year pretty simple. Studying film, play fakes, ball fakes like we saw earlier in this possession. Also not locking into one receiver. He said as a freshman, he would lock into one receiver and go with that guy every time. Now it's the 2nd, 3rd guy in the progression, making him one of the best quarterbacks ever to play at the school.
He's going to throw here. He looked for his 3rd option. Nobody was there, and is dropped at the 36-yard line. Picks up a yard, maybe yard and a half. Brandon Purdom brings him down.
And you know, it doesn't help that his dad's a ball coach, right? Was at Furman for 9 seasons. He's currently the head coach at Mercer College, and you know, those are the differences. You know, a kid that's been around, up around the game. Not only does he play it, his dad is a football mind, a football coach, and you can tell he's ahead of the curve as a player, as a young player, as a sophomore.
And look, Furman and App State are bitter rivals, so I'm sure his dad was a little shocked when Taylor said, "I'd like to go play at Appalachian State." There's the pitch going to Cox, but read and played well by Ohio. Great job by their middle backer, Quentin Poling, the heart and soul of this defense. Loss of 3.
He really is, and he's still gimpy right now. You look at him, number 32. He's such a tough player right here, number 32. He's going to make the play. And the 3 games that he missed this season, they lost every single one of them. You can tell he's not 100% chasing down that tackle, but he's good enough to make a big play behind the field, and he's limping right now.
A sophomore out of Spencerville, Ohio, with a big play, and on 4th down. Appalachian State's looking like they're going to go for timeout on the field. We'll see what they decide when we come back on the other side. Down, going to go for it. It is 4th down and 5. It's their first 4th down attempt of the game for the Mountaineers, a team that has put together 186 yards of offense. Ohio stuck at 33 yards of offense.
And let's watch McElfresh right here. He's their inside slot player, fast, quick. One-on-one matchups are not kind against defenses. Let's see if he goes to his top receiver on the inside.
This Appalachian State offense has seen some big plays out of the run game so far. See if they stick there, or will they throw it with Lamb, the sophomore quarterback. They will throw. Lamb underneath. It is McElfresh, but he never got to the first down line. He's 3 yards shy. Poling limps back onto the field along with Ian Wells to make the play.
They're going to run an over-under route from the outside receiver. Malachi Jones at the top of your screen is going to run all their top. And McElfresh comes underneath, but he doesn't get the proper depth on the crossing route. Almost a rub route. Doesn't press it up. They get the open catch, but it comes up short.
How do you not get to the first down line on 4th and 5?
And the thing is, Malachi Jones, when he sets the depth, and he's telling them now, you got to get higher so McElfresh can come up. But to me, McElfresh has got to push that up. He's looking at the sticks as it comes across.
All right, Ohio stops on 4th down. Now they'll try to get some offense going. Flag comes in. So they get a little momentum, and then the first play, they get a flag thrown and a holding call.
Troy Watson, number 79. You'll see him right on the end of the line here. He's going to get the hold, and he's got him hooked inside. He tries to finish him off with that body slam there, and that torque right in front of the referee's eyes. Again, he's in proper position to me. Finish up the field, tries to whip him down, and gets a penalty there. Veteran offensive line, not a big play to start this series.
1st and 20. Coming near side. Poppy White to the 27 and popped right there. Caleb Fuller along with Eric Boggs.
App State right now doing a good job of getting through the line of scrimmage to the backfield. Poppy White is an explosive back who they're trying to get the ball to. To me, the best part about his game is when he gets the ball through jet sweeps, quick passing game. In the backfield, he's elusive, but keeping him on the field and getting him from outside in and across the field, that's where he's most dangerous.
Sprague. Nowhere to go. Will get it to the 30-yard line. Give him 3 yards, but it's Ronald Blair causing havoc in the backfield. He'll get credit for the tackle as well.
Yeah, Ronald Blair is going to rush on the inside and just stay on track. They try to run a little slip screen outside to the receiver, covered well by the defensive backs. Nowhere for J.D. Sprague to go. And right now, not a lot of play options on 3rd and 16, Dave, for this offense.
You see the 3rd down numbers they've been trying to accomplish. Almost 10 yards on 3rd downs. That's why they're 0 for 5. This one is 3rd and 16. Pocket collapses. Sprague trying to run for it to the 40. Dives for it. Let's see where they spot it at the 48. That's good enough for a first down. Give them 18 yards.
Dave, how does that happen? You got your DB set. Heels at the sticks. J.D. Sprague, the question is, where's his knee down and where is the ball? Again, it looks like it's past the line, and give him a first down.
Quick snap. Here's White coming near side. Big collision at the 44 of Appalachian State. That'll be a 9-yard pickup.
And you see, J.D. Sprague, the dangerous part of his game, running the football. To me, that 1-2 check's not there. I would continue to do that and put pressure on this App State defense.
They'll give him 10 yards, and that'll be a first down. Poppy White leads this team. He's missed a handful of games, but still leads the team with 9 plays, over 20 yards on the ground. Sprague will keep it, spins close to the 35. Best drive of the game for the Bobcats as he picks up 6. Tay Hayes, the true freshman corner, comes up to make the play.
I think the one thing you watch J.D. Sprague throughout the season is he kind of feeds off momentum, and right now he's carrying the load on this drive with that big run on 3rd and long.
White coming near side. They will throw it to him. Gets a block. He's inside the 30. That's another Ohio first down. Doug Middleton, the safety, making the play, but 8 more yards for the Bobcats.
Yeah, Jordan Reed, number 12, a nice block on the outside. But again, Poppy White, get him outside of the backfield, bring him across the line of scrimmage there, get him a ball outside.
Over the middle to the tight end, Keith Heitzman, inside the 20. Another first down after an 11-yard pickup.
He looks a bit gimpy after that catch there. Big hit downhill. And you see that mesh with the quarterback. They'll put it in the running back's gut, and then they'll get a quick pass when they suck the linebackers down. This is the groove we've come to see over the season by this Ohio offense right now, making some big plays.
Knight's been playing in some pain, hurt his knee against Northern Illinois, but fighting through the pain like a lot of these Ohio players are. First red zone possession of the night for Ohio. They'll give it to White. To the 15, so he'll pick up 3.5. Alex Gray with the stop. Clock's at 3:14, 3:13 moving. It feels like it should be more than a 7-0 game.
You're right. I mean, 2 missed kicks for App State could hurt them here. And Ohio's in this game. They let this team hang around here late in the 2nd quarter, and they're putting a drive together finally.
Saw those numbers. Right around 55% TDs. They score 76.5% of the time. 10th in the MAC. They'll run the option game to White. App State all over it. Tay Hayes makes the play but loses his helmet. He'll have to step out for a play. Loss of 7.
We saw Tay Hayes earlier play a great deep ball. Should have had an interception, and right there in the run game comes up on the edge and makes a huge tackle for a loss. A lot of TFLs early in this game for this defense, pushing them back. They converted earlier on 3rd and long. Let's see if J.D. Sprague can lead them down and get something a little closer here.
96 tackles behind the line this year for Appalachian State. That is 11th in the FBS. Patterson scoots out to the slot. They will throw it to him as he comes back inside and is walloped right at the 18-yard line by Ronald Blair.
Ronald Blair, welcome, says Ronald Blair here. He's going to loop around. Again, they're going to try to go one side. He reads the quarterback and, oh, welcome, Daz. How you doing? Don't come in my area. Makes it big hit.
36-yard field goal attempt. Razdani, 14 out of 20. Good, clean snap. And this one splits the upright. So Ohio has waited a long time to get some points on the board here at the Raycom Media Camellia Bowl. They finally line it up at 7-3 App State. Back in a moment. Thank you, Chris. See you in a little bit. Well, it's our Week 15 Monday Night Football matchup as Calvin Johnson, Matthew Stafford, and Lions head to the Big Easy for an NFC battle with the Saints as Drew Brees closes in on 60,000 passing yards. Second all time. 8:15 Eastern on ESPN. Our coverage begins with Monday Night Countdown at 6. Also streaming live on Watch ESPN.
If you like fireworks and no defense, check that game out.
Yeah, that's right. And I do like that. Since I don't have to, it's not my job on the line, right? Short kick, fair catch called for at the 15-yard line. Let's get an update down on the sidelines. Paul Carcaterra's down there. Paul, what do you got?
Gentlemen, it's like the walking wounded. Well, Mondo Williams for Appalachian State, he had that right shoulder a couple possessions ago. He's going to be entering back into the game. He's banged up and sore. And then the other side, Quentin Paulin. You look at this guy here. He is the clear-cut leader. Frank Solich said tremendous linebacker. He's got that massive brace on his left leg. He's playing hurt. He's playing injured. But, Anthony, you said it. They lose when he's not in there. They need this guy. He diagnoses plays, and every time he comes off the field, he's like another coach in the huddles, breaking down every type of offense and the pistol that Appalachian State's thrown at them.
Well, Paul, you mentioned it, heart and soul. He loses, he misses out on 3 games middle of the season. They lose all 3 games. A flag comes in. Wow. Sometimes that's hard to do coming off the sideline, right?
Yeah, you got to have awareness there. Not a good start. I wonder if that play clock should have, game clock should have been restored. And Poling, he's got that knee brace. He's gimpy and running in space, and an offense that likes to spread receivers out could be an issue for him move, but he is playing. He's a tough kid. I'll give him credit for that.
Lamb will throw. Picked off by Quentin Poling. That knee won't bother him for that pick 6. Touchdown, Ohio. 19 yards.
How awesome is that? The one thing he can do, Dave, is drop back in coverage, right? That's not hard. Just read quarterback size. Linebacker's been doing it since football began, and Frank Solich loves it, man. He's just, believe in me, talk about the fight. You gotta love guys that go out there and just battle injuries, play hard, and there's no way he's coming off the field.
His 4th interception of the year and his 2nd pick 6. And Ohio now has the lead. The point after is up and good. Quentin Poling, basically on one leg, has given his club the lead, 10-7. And then they won 3 straight. They finished 5-3 in the MAC East, 2nd in their division. But they finished with a big win over Northern Illinois, their first November loss for the Huskies in a long time, and their 7th bowl appearance in the last 9 years. Coach Solich continues to get it done. In Athens, Ohio, 71 years old. Talking to him this week, and he still seems like he has that fire in the belly.
He does. I'll tell you, you got to love him, man. He's been around this game a long time, and he's been a tremendous leader, not only for his team, but this organization. It's been special. A nice run for him here, 11th season.
47 years as a coach. I mean, I can't imagine how much game film he's broken down. Think about that.
I think I watch a lot of film. This guy, talk about Nebraska. I mean, one of the best coaches ever come through Nebraska. I mean,
well, let's face it. Since he left, the program hasn't been stable. Pass caught on the wide side of the field by Barber, a redshirt freshman, 2nd catch. Here at Ohio, he certainly brought stability to this program, that's for sure. You look at what he has done with 80 victories, 7 winning seasons in his 11th year, and 7 bowl appearances. First down and 10. 4-man rush. Lamb flushed out of the pocket. We'll just throw it away. 52 seconds. What would you say is the key trait of a Frank Solich coach team?
It's just tough, man. Not a lot of, rah-rah out of him. I mean, he works these guys hard. They kind of embody his personality. And he's done as entire, and he lets his coaches coach. This crew's been around now. The offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, Tim Albin, and Jimmy Barrow. They've been here since he came, and the stability's been great.
Lamb over the middle. That one should have been picked off. Johnson had his big paw on it and just couldn't hang on.
And right now, the internal clock for Lamb and just finding his receivers in his spot. He's all about timing and different areas. It's been an issue. He just way overthrows receiver coming across the field, and Javon Johnson almost gets himself a pick.
3rd down and 10 with 46 seconds. Drop football. It's on the turf. Ohio has has it at the 20-yard line with 39 seconds. Tony Porter comes up with the football.
Chapman, their offensive player of the year. I think he thinks Taylor Lamb is under center. Watch him snap to nobody, and I think he thinks there's a hand underneath him, and Taylor Lamb's in that shotgun, and the ball comes rolling back. Tony Porter falls on it. The last 5 minutes for this Ohio team, Dave, really come on and really change the momentum of this game.
They will spot it back at the 23-yard line, and a great opportunity for more points for the Bobcats.
Body language has clearly changed for both of these teams.
2 timeouts left for Ohio. Over the middle, pass is caught inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line goes Sebastian Smith. His 64th catch of the year, a gain of 16.
And they're speeding it up, that one-on-one matchup. Sebastian Smith versus Gibbs.
First and goal. Ouellette, big hole, touchdown, Bobcats.
App State right now doesn't know what hit him, Dave. This has clearly been 5 minutes of shaking my head. What's going on? And Ohio has turned this game around.
Looks like Alex Gray, a free safety, the junior out of Swanee, Georgia. Well, this is how it started with that bad snap. Recovered at the 23, and then a 16-yard catch by Smith to make it first and goal at the 7. And then an easy run from A.J. Ouellette, his 6th rushing touchdown of the year. And in the process, Alex Gray still on the ground right at the 1-yard line for Appalachian State. You know, we talked about it through a quarter and a half that Appalachian State just completely dominated. Matter of fact, it was 4 straight 3-and-outs. Possession completely dominated by Appalachian State. Ohio with 4 straight 3-and-outs. But it was only a 7-0 game. And then Ohio finally, on their 5th drive, picked up 3 first downs, got a field goal, and then the floodgates have opened up. They have scored 16 points in 1 minute and 11 seconds.
The one thing App State clearly has not done this season, outside of the Clemson game, Dave, is come back from being down early on in a football game. It'll be interesting to see how this team reacts. And we see right now, it's good to see Gray get up, but it looks like just keeping that leg straight.
He's heading right back to that App State locker room with 20 seconds to go before halftime. Try to get an update on his status as soon as we know something. Here's the point after attempt. Josiah Yazdani, 42 out of 42 in point afters this year. Make it 43 out of 43, and it is now a 7.
How he rebuilds and regroups coming out of halftime.
Let's go downstairs. Paul Carcaterra. Paul?
Well, gents, I spoke to Scott Satterfield, head coach at App State. He said Taylor Lamb, uncharacteristic mistakes, not letting the receivers get into their progressions. You saw the Quentin Poling interception for a touchdown. That's not who he is. And then the fumble from the center, he muffed that snap. These aren't mistakes that they typically make. But, Anthony, you touched on it. He wants to get back to the running game. That's their DNA, he said. They had a lot of success when they were running the ball in the first quarter. They got away from it. Look for them to pound the rock.
Yeah, they got away from that play-action game too, Paul, which is kind of what they're built upon. 4-yard pickup as they go with Marcus Cox.
And I expect a heavy dose of Marcus Cox in this game. And even Jalen Moore, he stepped in, had a huge run in this football game. So they got a nice 1-2 punch. Get the third and shorts when they get in those opportunities and let these quick inside receivers go to work and make the decision process easier for Taylor Lamb.
2nd down and 6. Boy, nowhere for Cox to run. Now it'll be 3rd down, and let's call it 6.5 now. And Poling in this Ohio defense playing with a little extra pep in their step. Yeah,
linebackers have played well. Now on this 3rd and semi-long situation of passing down, number 93, Terrell Basham, the defensive end, has really been in the backfield all day long. He's at the bottom of your screen right here. He's been a guy that's disrupt the backup's left tackle who's playing this instead of Devontae Harris.
And there's the guy right there, Terrell Basham, putting the pressure on the quarterback, forcing a throw that's incomplete, and a 3-and-out for App State. Their first 3-and-out of the night.
And you can see the body language right now. Ohio's come out with purpose. They feel like with this lead, some things they haven't done. But Basham, in this football game, they're running an inside stunt. Look at him blow up the left guard to get the inside defensive tackle around. And just that alone gets the disruption in front of Taylor Lamb's face. And he has played a lights-out game. 4 tackles, 2 TFLs, 1 pressure. It's been dominant.
Looks like false start against Appalachian State will back him up 5 more.
And again, Middleton's a guy. He's been a very good leader for this team. He's a senior, not particularly a player. You think the starting strong safety making those kind of mistakes. And you're right, Scott Satterfield can't be happy with the miscues and some of the things that they've done this game.
When you start thinking about their offensive numbers, they rank in the top 25 in the FBS in 12 different offensive categories. They have produced at least 400 yards of offense in 8 straight games. But tonight, Ohio has had their number. Fair catch called for by Bobby White. 42-yard punt. And Ohio and their offense back on the field. It's J.D. Sprague. And the Ohio fans making some noise for this club that put together 17 points in 1 minute and 11 seconds late in the 2nd quarter.
And J.D. Sprague did a nice job right before the half. He converted a huge 3rd down with his legs, which I thought he was dead in the water. So he makes and creates there, and then a nice post pass. Finally getting some nice throws in at the passer. Starting to settle in right now with this offense. It's a huge series for them in the first drive of the half to really tack on some more points.
Yeah, it was a 3rd down and 16. He picks up 18 yards. Kept the drive alive late in that 2nd quarter. Here's Olette. Gain of 3 on the play, but first quarter it was non-existent offensively for Ohio. Look at the numbers. 4 total yards. 2nd quarter, 107.
And the key one, points off turnovers. They took advantage of that, just giving them the lead now.
To the outside, pass caught. Brendan Cope, his 29th catch of the year. Latrell Gibbs on the coverage. That's a gain of 7. And that'll be a 1st down for the Bobcats.
Starting to spread the ball around quite a bit now. He's eyeing Smith the entire game. Sebastian Smith and Jordan Reed has a catch. Cope, he got the tight end late in the 2nd quarter. So he's starting to see the field better and figure out what this App State defense is trying to do.
First ever meeting between these 2 teams happening right here at the Raycom Media Camellia Bowl. Down the middle, looking for White, incomplete. This Ohio team started the year 5-1. They returned 20 starters coming into the season. Then injuries set in for Frank Solich's club. They lose 3 straight games, but then they rallied to win 3 straight, including a huge win on the road at Northern Illinois. And they wind up here in the historic Crampton Bowl, the Raycom Media Camellia Bowl, here in Montgomery. Crampton Bowl, of course, the name of the facility. I don't want to get that confused. Dropped by Sebastian Smith on 2nd down and 10.
They've run that play 3 times in this football game. It's a 7-step post route against Latrell Gibbs, the best corner on this team. And right there is a little more tighter coverage. Gets his hand inside and knocks it down. Sophomore. Nice play by the defense on there. Now you get in that 3rd and long. And let's see if Ronald Blair, number 49, he's been double teamed the entire game. The bottom of your screen can make some play.
Here goes Sprague to midfield. He is shy of the line to make by 4 yards. DJ Ward chases him down. It'll be 4th down. Let's see what Coach Solich wants to do here.
4th and 4. Saw App State go for it, come up short. I think with this lead now and the way this Ohio defense is playing, Coach Solich is going to punt this one away and try to get field position.
Mitch Bonstetter will punt it away. Bobo Beathard back to return the punt, stands at the 10. High kick. Fair catch called for and taken at the 15-yard line. 35-yard punt. So there's a Camellia for those wondering.
This is it right here. Snaps good. The hold. The kick is. The Mountaineers are going to try to take it back to the big house. The big house. The Mountaineers have just beat the Michigan Wolverines.
Oh, the infamous day in Ann Arbor, September 1st, 2007. What a day for Appalachian State. Some say the biggest upset in college football history. An FCS team knocking off the 5th-ranked Wolverines. Last win for App State against a ranked team. They're in some trouble here against the Max Ohio Bobcats. And, you know, that was 2007. That App State run, they won FCS national championships in 05, 06, and 07. A 3-year run of Jerry Moore. Jerry Moore retires. They bring in Scott Satterfield, a former quarterback at Appalachian State, played under Jerry Moore, and he leads him into this FBS era. And it did not look well last year. They played in the Sun Belt, weren't eligible for postseason football, but got off to a horrible start, finished great at the end of last year, and then this year finished 10-2, and here they are in their first ever bowl game.
Yeah, keep in mind, gentlemen, this is their first time full-fledged FBS, so it's their first bowl game. These guys are accustomed to the FCF playoff format. So at half, I asked them, Coach Satterfield, how are you handling this moment? Do you think this is too much for the guys? He said no. Thinks his team's prepared, just uncharacteristic errors, but, you know, he plays in front of these big crowds every single weekend in Boone. The boys are ready. They just need to calm down. But I'll tell you, on the sidelines, Ohio is way looser than App State. These guys now have the momentum after that 17-point run with 1 minute and 11 seconds. These guys have the confidence, no question.
Yeah, it looks like it, Paul. I mean, there is no doubt that things changed dramatically at the end of that first half, and you can see it in the body language. Gain of 3 for Jalen Moore. Polling now with his 5th tackle for the Bobcats. And here comes that Appalachian State punt team again.
And when you get no yards on first down, you get penalized and knocked back. Kind of takes you out of where you're at as far as your offense and calling the plays and getting back on schedule. And right now, that's been a big deal. Is they haven't been on schedule really since the first quarter of this football game, and Ohio's taking advantage of it with good, strong, hard-nosed defense.
Still only a 10-point game, and with this App State offense, they're one big play from finding the end zone. 10:04 to go, 3rd quarter. White calls for a fair catch right at midfield. 35-yard punt. Ohio with excellent field position. We'll see what they do with the football when we come back to Montgomery, Alabama, right after this. Live on the Watch ESPN app, and well, you want to watch this guy, Kenneth Dixon of Louisiana Tech is a touchdown machine. Look at the number of yards and 13 points per game this season, most in the FBS, and 83 career touchdowns scored. The guy is just awesome.
Video game numbers there, man. Create him on my next time I play my son on college football. Hey, look at this guy. Unbelievable.
Only Keenan Reynolds has scored more touchdowns in the history of college football.
Travis Prentice, I played against him. He was my draft class, 2000, Miami of Ohio.
I didn't see your name on there.
Yeah, I just missed the cut.
Here's J.D. Sprague going deep down the middle on first down. Pass caught inside the 20, down to the 11-yard line. Brendan Cope. That'll go for 39 yards.
So just when you think they're going to run the ball and keep going to Sebastian Smith, they come on the backside and run the post to a different player, and they find the hole in the seam there between the safety and the corner and make a big play.
Quickly to the line, handoff. Patterson hit behind the line, dropped the football, no whistle. App State has it. Ronald Blair with the recovery.
We'll probably have to look at this again, but and this has been something Daz Patterson last year fumbled the ball quite a bit. That's what actually opened the door for A.J. Olette to play, and he might have been down on there, but Ronald Blair in position to make a play right here. Man, that's close, though. I'll tell you what, Ronald Blair does a nice job of wrapping them up, and the question is, will they be able to see? You know what? I think that's out. Looks out, Dave. It's a good. I'll tell you what. It's a good call by the referee. That could stand. This could give you. See right, the ball's coming loose, and the knee has not touched. We can pause it if we can try to time that up. You'll see. Ball is loose, and the knee has not touched.
I think that ball is it almost looks like he's switching hands from his right to his left, so the ball is not even in full possession. And then, of course, there's a guy that just makes big plays after big play, coming up with another opportunistic play for the App State defense, Ronald Blair. I think that's going to be a Mountaineer football.
I was hoping to see the big man pick it up and take it to the house there. You know, where's that speed? Got caught from behind, but, you know, Daz Patterson's pretty quick. But, again, I think this play is going to stand. Again, the ball's just falling out. And those knees aren't down. And, again, last year, Daz Patterson, he's a senior. Actually loose way earlier.
Yeah, see, it's going from his right hand to his left hand.
Yeah, he looks like he might be trying to get it over. Yeah, that ball is dislodged, and this is going to be a big play for this defense if it stands. So
you get a tackle for loss for Blair and a fumble, caused fumble, and a fumble recovery all in one play. That's a stat machine right there. You know, last year this Ohio team, turnovers killed them. A year they didn't get to a bowl game. They had 23 turnovers last year, only 14 turnovers this year, including 14 fumbles a year ago.
And, you know, Blair, we talked about him really thoroughly in this football game. NFL scouts are coming to Boone, North Carolina to see him.
Big play by Blair. And now App State with a little bit of momentum on their side. See if they can take advantage, because they have really struggled offensively here the last 10 minutes or so.
Well, the defense gets a 3-and-out the first series. Dave gets the ball back to them, and now they get that turnover. Taylor Lamb and this offense has to get clicking. I think it's going to start with number 14, the tailback. They need some big running plays to get back to this rushing style of offense.
Handoff goes to Marcus Cox. Not a lot happening. By the way, a long replay review a moment ago. Probably that's because Tom Tomczak wants to take his time. He is retiring after 31 years of service and over 300 games as a referee and a replay official. So thank you, Tom. Started back in the Big East football, and thank you for all you've done for college football and college athletics. And That young man was just trying to savor the moment. Incomplete. Now you're looking again, chasing the chains. It's third down coming up.
Earlier in the game, they ran that same play, full action to the left and rolled out, and it didn't have anybody there and contain. Now 2 defenders are there on the outside and rushes Taylor Lamb, and he can't get it off to his tight end. Right now, the play calling duties have been tough for Coach Satterfield, and this offense has not been clicking. And right now, Ohio might take advantage with a little pressure coming his way.
App State 2 of 9 on third downs. Combined, these teams are 3 of 17 on third downs. A little 4-man rush. Plenty of time to throw. Pass is caught. Sims McElfresh with the reception at the 45, and that's a first down.
It's a good completion, good pass. Gets good protection in the pocket. And Sims McElfresh actually comes back. He had the first down, then he makes a nice spin move. Finally to find out where he is, and look at this time. This is what Taylor Lamb is accustomed to, the protection, so he can see the field, and right there, nice pitch and catch.
Loose football taken away. Ike Lewis had it. Now Jovan Johnson has it. Touchdown, Ohio. Oh my goodness. Another turnover turned into points.
This Ohio defense, they've come up big this entire game. And it's been these linebackers, right? We talked about them. They've been injured, they've been bruised, battered, and right here, holding that ball out like a loaf of bread, they'd say, right? Jovan Johnson says, you know what? I'm going to take it right from you. Now, he's not holding it properly either, but he takes it to the house. Huge play by him.
Or the senior playing his final game. Comes up with a huge play. He's been dancing around since pregame warm-ups. He has had a lot of energy tonight. It is now 24-7 Ohio. 24 straight for the Bobcats. 8:06 to go in the third quarter.
So Ohio defense is coming up big. 3 turnovers today. Jovan Johnson takes the ball away to the house, and he knows it.
Camellia Bowl, brought to you by Zaxby's, the official chicken of sports fans. Indescribably good. Quicksilver from Capital One. Earn unlimited 1.5% cash back every purchase every day. And great clips. It's gonna be great.
Boy, great weekend here in Montgomery, Alabama. This Ohio Bobcat team making their 6th bowl trip in the last 7 years. Matter of fact, the MAC sending 7 teams. 7 teams accepted bowl invitations. App State in their first ever bowl trip. So far, things have not gone their way. After a 7-0 start, it has been all Ohio, 24 straight. 21 points off turnovers. Ricky Ferguson on the return. He's to the 30, dropped at the 32-yard line. Let's go downstairs to Paul Carcaterra.
They say athletes play better when they're looser. Well, Jovan Johnson is a testament to that. Before he had that strip for a touchdown, the possession before when he was on the sideline between breaks, Michael Jackson was playing over the loudspeaker. The guy is dancing loose as can be. He's a team favorite. When he got that touchdown, the entire team on the sideline converged to him. After he had some fun, the one guy he ran up to, Desmond Patterson, the guy who fumbled before, to give App State that opportunity. So he knew as much fun as it was, he had to pick up a teammate who was bummed.
Yeah, I think he probably said, thanks. I wouldn't have the touchdown if you didn't fumble. Going up top. And that one is, almost intercepted. Ohio had a chance at the pick. The intended receiver was Malachi Jones. Brett Layton was in on coverage.
Yeah, he just underthrows this, and the one thing I think Taylor Lamb lacks a bit is arm strength. He's a timing guy, a lot of crossing routes. He's made some good decisions on film. This is not the same quarterback that I've seen on tape. But right now he's just out of focus and really has not played up to his standard of play.
There's a big play waiting to happen to Marcus Cox. Still on his feet down to the 21-yard line, but there is a flag back at the 28-yard line. Taylor Lamb is standing over the flag. Levi Duffield, the tight end.
That's huge. I mean, you talk about the turnovers. You know, penalties have been a factor in this game, and Coach Satterfield's not happy about that. 86 is in the backfield. Just cuts the defender down. Now, they might call for latching on his left arm to the leg of the defensive end when he went down to cut him. That could be what they called the hold on. The referee's looking in there. Again, it's hard to see what it looked like from that angle, but you know, looked like the guy was trying to get his left arm around there. And again, penalties, interceptions, you take away a huge run. That was a huge run from Marcus Cox that has been a catalyst for this football team, and pushes him back again.
Out of that pistol formation. They work the left side, and Jalen Moore only gets a yard. Boy, just when you think App State, they get a little momentum, and then boom. Life sucked right out of them offensively again.
2nd and 20s, 3rd and 20s. Not exactly where this team's used to being. They're used to being ahead of the chains and being on schedule. And when you get a big breakout play like that, you got to be able to take advantage of it. And right now, this team has been off schedule the entire game.
4-man rush. Pass is a little bit high. Looking for Jalen Moore just to kind of dump it over the middle, and that's incomplete. Now it's 4th down. And Anthony, it begs the question, what has Ohio done defensively that has really rattled a team that came in total offense ranked 25th in the country?
I think it's been pressure on the sophomore quarterback. 5 pressures in this football game. You know, they've made him rush his play early on. And again, they've made plays. Tight coverage down the end. Basham's been a guy that's been in the backfield making big plays. They got 5 tackles behind the line of scrimmage. Add the turnovers and the penalties. It's a disaster.
Boy, not a good kick, end over end, out of bounds. Let's see where they end up spotting this. They will stop it right at the 46-yard line. It's the New Year's Six, 2 of the greatest days for college football fans, and it all starts at noon Eastern, New Year's Eve on ESPN. Then at 4 and 8, the playoff semifinal games begin between Oklahoma and Clemson and Michigan State and Alabama. Then on New Year's Day, 3 more tremendous games to kick off 2016. All these games are on ESPN or streaming live on the Watch ESPN app.
Tell you what, Stanford, Iowa, it's going to be a bloodbath, that game. I mean, you talk about 2 ground and pound, tough defenses. And I'll tell you, Houston, Florida State intrigues me, Dave. Coach Herman done a nice job at Houston. High tempo. Greg Ward at quarterback. Should be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, you wonder what kind of team Ole Miss, what kind of attitude, what kind of mentality they will bring into the game against Oklahoma State. Robert Kimdichie, of course, they're a top 5 projected pick in the draft. Just a dominant defensive lineman, had the issue last weekend in Atlanta, falling out of a hotel balcony, and the issues surrounding that. What kind of impact will that have on the Rebels? They've had such a really good season again under Hugh Freeze. Here goes Poppy White. Almost broke it, but should have it up for the 1st down.
I'll tell you what, A.J. Ouellette, he's been a tailback for this team, but he just made an outstanding block. That big arm bracing on and everything. He's just a hard-nosed power back that whatever they ask him to do, Dave, he does it. And he's just a blue-collar guy, and I love it. That's the mentality of their coach. This is Frank Solich. Every one of these players have taken a piece of Frank Solich and brought it on the field today.
Out of the pistol formation, couple tight ends set on first down and 10. 5:10 to go, third quarter. Here's A.J. Olette. You know, as we were getting ready for this game, and you start putting your personnel or boards together, and you go through game by games and what guys have done, and just about everybody on this team has had some sort of injury, and then multiple guys have missed 1, 2, 3, 4 games. I mean, and key players. And talking to Coach Solich this week, he was happy that they were all coming back, but he still wasn't convinced they were 100%. But at least they were practicing.
And the second team is, if you look at their statistics, nothing shows or glares out to you with the eye. I mean, nobody has really stood. It's been each guy's given their part and done their thing, and you know they're not glitzy. They're not, you know, they're not going to have those high-end super athletes, but they play ball the right way. They play smart. They don't beat themselves. They play good team defense, and that sums up what this Ohio team's all about.
Boy, Sprague on a busted play, trying to make something happen here. He'll fall forward on second down, pick up 3 yards.
Well, guys, you mentioned all these injuries, but the versatility of this team. You look at a guy like A.J. Olette. When Quentin Pauling went down earlier in the year, he had to play some linebacker. He had to play linebacker this year, a little bit last year. So you got these tough-as-nail guys like Olette, selfless, willing to play any position, multi-sport athletes, too. Olette was a big-time wrestler in the state of Ohio in high school.
Yeah, all these guys. Good thing they have 3 quarterbacks because they've needed them all. Their starter for most of the year, Darius Vick, missed the last 2 games, not playing today. That's incomplete. No flag on the play. J.D. Sprague wants a flag. Nothing happening there. And it'll be 4th down. Sprague's missed 6 games with a shoulder injury. So now it's 4th down and 9. And here comes the Bobcat punt team.
And you tack on with Olette one more thing. He's a walk-on. I mean, this kid.
Oh, yeah, by the way, he's a walk-on.
Yeah, he finally earned himself a scholarship. But, I mean, this guy's worked and earned every single snap he's gotten here at Ohio. And he's really made a difference because he's bought in to what Frank Solich has been coaching.
Bonstetter, short kick. That will hit at the 18, but take a good Ohio bounce all the way inside the 5, down to the 3. 39 up. Devin Jones drags him to the turf. See if that doesn't spark a little momentum for this App State offense.
Biggest play they've had, and this is Marcus Cox just making something happen. Breaking a few tackles, the will, the patience. I keep feeding this kid the ball right now. Had a huge run that got called back on a backside penalty. He's hot right now with that 25-yard run.
79 yards on 16 carries. Cox cuts it back. It's a big hit, but falls over the 30-yard line. Give him 3 more yards. By the way, he just went over 4,000 yards in his career. How about that? He has rushed over 1,000 yards 3 consecutive seasons.
You know, I was talking to Stu Holt, the coach, running back coach for App State, and he said, you know what, you watch this guy practice during the week, he looks like an old guy, limping around, he's injured, he doesn't feel it, and then all of a sudden he gets on the game field, man, and he just turns it on. Nice job today.
Jesse Chapman, their center. Boy, the catalyst, first-team All-Sun Belt performer, former walk-on himself, limps off the field. So now Parker Collins will move over, and he'll snap the ball. 4-man look up front for Ohio on second down. Good clean snap. Hands off, goes to Jalen Moore. Boys, he got some quicks.
He's such a nice changeup. You're right. He hits the hole so fast. That's the difference between him and Marcus Cox is a patient runner that waits for the holes. Jalen Moore sees it and he hits it. And that's the difference in those two players. And it's nice to have 2 options in the backfield. And really, the only couple times he's run, he had that huge run in the first half, but you need to get these guys touches.
Play fake. Going down the far side. Incomplete, looking for Malachi Jones. And I'll tell you, Ohio, hasn't really bit, especially since the second quarter on that play action, which has been the bread and butter all year offensively for App State.
I'll tell you what, that pass down the sidelines to me wasn't no, but right now Taylor Lamb is limping quite a bit on the field. Took a little shot there. Keep an eye on him, Dave, as we move forward.
J.P. Caruso, a redshirt freshman, their backup out of Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. It'll take a lot to get Taylor Lamb out of this one, though. 2nd down and 10. There goes Cox off the right side. He is hit after a gain of 3.5 by Terrell Basham, who now has 5 tackles.
Had a huge game today. He's been in the backfield. He's their pass rush specialist, but he's done a nice job in the run game also. Tackles for loss. Pressures, 2 pressures on the quarterbacks. Really been a difference maker up front, going against the backup left tackle.
Ohio just does get a defender off the field. App State trying to get the play in as the play clock is down to 4. 4-man rush. Lamb hit as he throws, incomplete, and a big hit on the sideline. Multiple flags come in. The hit came from Torrin Davis.
It didn't have to happen.
No,
it really
you're right.
Did not have to happen. It's well played on defense. The ball's overthrown. It's not a smart play by Davis there. And Taylor Lamb, Dave, is continuing to take shots. Basham is just getting through the line. They cannot block him right now. Might sound like a silly question, Dave, but do they carry that over to next season? Again, they call this targeting. To me, I don't see any helmet engaging with that player.
He said crown of the helmet, and I don't.
Well, the helmet's touch. Well, the definition for this, I mean, obviously, any shot above into the helmet area, the helmets do collide on that play.
Forcible contact above the shoulders, right, to a defenseless player.
I mean, right there, that.
And I mean, you know, once again, I think by the letter of the law, there is forcible contact there, and it is above the shoulders as the helmets do make impact.
And you see that right arm. He wants to hit him with that shoulder and launch through him, but the helmet hits first, and you're right, it's the intent. You know, I don't think he was necessarily trying to go at him with the helmet, but when you look at the context as a rule, and they're going to look at that, they're going to say, you know what? Crown hits the helmet, head whips back. Interesting to see what they see on this.
He should have never
didn't have
put
to
himself
happen.
In that,
You're right.
Right. Should have never put himself in that position to begin with.
Great point. The ball was overthrown. Play was done. Ohio's done a nice job on defense, and Taylor Lamb has been off, especially with the deep balls. Anything over 12, 15 yards just has not been crisp. And Terrell Basham, number 93, the defensive end, has had a lot to do with that today.
The junior out of Lithonia, Georgia, Torrin Davis, waiting for the outcome of this. So he will be able to stay a part of this game for the final 16 minutes and 6 seconds.
And again, I don't see the intent there to make and deliver that blow. So even though the helmets collide, replay does a nice job of seeing that. You know, you see that arm come up. He's trying to engage him with that shoulder. And but again, poor decision on his part.
Yeah, I think that there was contact, but I don't think it was forcible contact.
Exactly.
Taylor Lamb, though, you talked about him getting hit. We got to, you know, Devontae Harris, the starting left tackle, not playing today. He's hurt. And right before, toward the end of the regular season, their right tackle, Bo Nunn, is injured. He's not playing today either. They've had some offensive line issues, and I think we're seeing the results of that today. But here goes Marcus Cox again. He'll pick up 11.5, maybe 12 first down for App State. We'll kick off your NFL Sunday with us on ESPN as the playoff picture heats up. First at 10 a.m. Eastern. It's NFL Insider Sunday edition with Week 15 injury news, fantasy updates, and early breaking stories. Then at 11, Sunday NFL Countdown with Wendy Nix, Boomer, and the rest of the boys. Take you right up to kickoff. It all starts at 10 on ESPN, also streaming live on Watch ESPN. Here goes Cox again, right side. He's hit just shy of the 25-yard line by Jovan Johnson. Give him 4 yards. Johnson having a nice day with 7 tackles. A couple behind the line. Pass broken up, a forced fumble recovery that he ripped out of the hands of Ike Lewis for a touchdown.
Just felt like coming into this game as an impact player. In space, he can create a lot of plays.
Upshaw with the carry. He'll pick up 6, and that'll be the final play of the third quarter. App State just has been stuck in the mud here in Montgomery. Just when App State thought they had some momentum, Blair comes up with the fumble, but on the next play, Jovan Johnson rips it out of the arms of Ike Lewis and takes it to the house. And then says, thanks, man. Appreciate you fumbling so I could get the touchdown. Gorgeous night here in Montgomery, Alabama for the Raycom Media Camellia Bowl. And App State got off to a great start and dominated the first quarter and a half, quarter and 3 quarters, if you will. And then Ohio just stepped on the gas. 21 points off turnovers. They have played some outstanding defense. They started to move the football, and it has been just a complete turn of events. Appalachian State inside the red zone for the first time. It was 3rd down at about 1 yard. They'll have enough for the first down. It's their first red zone appearance here in the second half for the Mountaineers.
We talked about it being uncharacteristic for this team to turn the ball over. But people forget their last game against South Alabama. They had 4 turnovers in a win. They were able to withstand that and come back. And this is a drive that they have to get in the end zone.
Certainly make this fourth quarter interesting if they can push one in here. Here goes Upshaw turning the left side, and he'll get it to the 16-yard line. Doran Davis with 10 tackles now. Gain of 3 for Upshaw, the sophomore out of Duluth, Georgia.
Jimmy Barrow, defensive coordinator of Ohio, the one thing he's got his players doing against this up-tempo offense is he's making them earn it. Every single play, they've got to get the yards, and it's been long drives they've been trying to put together.
Will play fake. Coming near side with it to the 5, to the 10. Touchdown, Barrett Burns. His 7th touchdown reception of 2015. That one goes 17 yards.
One way you turn a game around is get it to your tight end, Dave. It's a position
shocking you would say that.
That's close to my heart. And see right here, he slides underneath, and how about Sims McElfresh with the block, and he just puts his head down and runs over about 3 guys and gets himself a touchdown.
Point after is up and good, and now we got something going here in Montgomery. 10-point game, 24-14. Ohio still out in front.
Misdirection, get it to the guy that's been doing the dirty work, blocking to your tight end underneath. Barrett Burns finally gets App State on the board for their 2nd score.
Appalachian State puts it in the end zone to make it a 10-point game, 24-14. Ohio out in front. Let's take a look back with Gildan's drive recap.
Marcus Cox has been one player on this App State offense that's come to play today. 2 huge big runs to get his team past midfield and finally get themselves in an opportunity where he can throw it. One of their favorite targets in the red zone. Barrett Burns gets himself his 7th touchdown on the season.
How about 14 catches, 7 touchdowns for your tight end? As we talked about earlier, 4 tight ends get some action, and all 4 have touchdown receptions. 97-yard drive, 11 plays, 4:46 off the clock. And let's see what that does for this Appalachian State defense. Daz Patterson from the goal line. Hit at the 22-yard line. So Ohio, which has had some success moving the football since the beginning of the second, well, midway through in the second quarter, behind J.D. Sprague, the junior out of Cincinnati. And now you're going to lean on a defense, if you're Appalachian State, that has had a tough time slowing down Ohio. You know, if you want to be those big-time players, this is when you make those plays. And Ronald Blair is one of those guys, the senior defensive end, number 49. Sprague will keep it. He'll pick up 3.5. Hit made by Eric Boggs, who now has 7 tackles, along with Nate Norwood. Boggs, the sophomore out of Belton, South Carolina. Their middle backer at 6'2", 235. 3-man look for the Mountaineers. Empty set for Sprague. Over the middle. Intercepted. Picked off by Gibbs. A flag down. If that holds, it'll be Gibbs' 7th interception of the year.
You don't take many chances against Trell Gibbs. Early on in this game, they attacked him with Sebastian Smith with that slant route. Well, you know what? He learned from that. Jumps right in front of it. J.D. Sprague basically eyeballed that the whole time, and Gibbs just watched him, stepped right in front of Sebastian Smith, gets himself a pick, and all of a sudden, App State finds themselves with the ball right back.
Nate Woody says that Gibbs has confidence, superior ball skills, and both were on display there with his 7th pick of the year. Out of the pistol formation on 1st down and 10. Here goes Marcus Cox. Left side. Big hole. 10-5. Touchdown, App State.
Go back to what's made you one of the best teams in the Sun Belt, is running the football and blocking at the offensive line. Right there, that was a huge run by Marcus Cox.
Point after is up and good. And just like that, it is a 24-21 game with 13:10 to play.
Latrell Gibbs is a quick learner. Steps in front of this post route, changes the complexion of this game, gets the ball back for his offense, and huge blocks in the middle by Jesse Chapman, the center, to spring Marcus Cox. Get themselves on the board.
Raycom Media Camellia Bowl, brought to you by Raycom Media. Raycom Media salutes Appalachian State and Ohio University. Coke Zero, all taste 0 calories. Try a new game day tradition. And Outback Steakhouse. Hurry in for the Outback 4-course meal, starting at only $14.99.
Hope everybody out there having a wonderful holiday season. as the bowl season gets underway today, and this has turned out to be a doozy, and points have come in bunches and in short periods of time. Ohio scored 17 points in a minute and 11 seconds late in the second quarter, and now App State's put together 14 points in 42 seconds during the latter stretches of the third quarter and the opening moments here of the fourth.
You got to like the fight of App State right now. One, the coachability. You saw Gibbs step in front of a play that's been happening all day, making those adjustments, hanging in there. Ronald Blair making a big play. So right now, Ohio's going to have to step up. We got a new ball game here. Let's see if they can come back on offense and get it figured out.
Maddox will kick it off. This is deep. Patterson takes a knee out to the 25. Well, here in the fourth quarter, nice little play action pass went to the tight end Barrett Burns, his 7th touchdown reception of the season. And then it was Latrell Gibbs with the interception that would set up this touchdown run from Marcus Cox. Would take it to the end zone, and we sit at a 24-21 game, and the Mountaineer fans that have been quiet for the last 90 minutes are back on their feet.
Yeah. Dave, the last series, Ohio was speeding it up and still going that high tempo. To me, when you're up by 10 points, you can still go up tempo, but just slow it down a bit. See how they go here.
They'll work out of the pistol. 6, 7 guys at the line of scrimmage. Now they'll back out 5 up front for Appalachian State. Deep down the middle, looking for Smith. Batted away. Doug Middleton, Mondo Williams, who was injured earlier in this game, back on the field.
Tried to suck the defenders down with a little play fake to the back. Quarterback hunched down and got tight and got low and threw it up. Nice play. Right now the secondary has stepped up and played well in this fourth quarter.
Two tight end set. Here comes some heat from App State. That one is picked off. Mondo Williams, his 2nd interception of the year.
Well, there's something they haven't done all season is bring pressure. A.J. Howard comes off the edge, forces J.D. Sprague to throw it early. Miscommunication on the route, and Mondo Williams follows and tracks that ball. Question is, did he pull it in cleanly? Great diving effort, hands underneath. That's one heck of a play by that young man.
From the 47-yard line of Ohio. A chance to tie or take the lead on this possession for App State. Taylor Lamb at quarterback. Lamb today 11 of 22 for 102, but they'll stay on the ground. Marcus Cox to the 20. Run out of bounds at the 11-yard line. 36 yards.
Marcus Cox is a stud. Great blocking by the offensive line. Chopping, watch the backside chop right there in the nose guard. Gets him down, and that hole is huge. We talked about the stretch play, reaching out. Cox sticks his foot in the ground, comes down, makes a big play. Been the difference right now for this offense.
Out of that inverted wishbone, they'll go with Cox again. Stays on his feet, knocked out of bounds. Cox now with 164 yards rushing.
The right tackle, backside, Colby Gossett right there. That's Pancake City. Dave right on number 38.
Chad Moore.
Wow, I'll tell you, they're feisty. They might be undersized as far as weight, but they will attack and finish. Perfect example.
They'll play fake it to Upshaw. Throw to the end zone. Batted away. Now it'll be 3rd down and 6. The line to make for a first down is just inside the 2.
Tried to go to their tight end. Barrett Burns again. Been the targets down here in the red zone. And you don't want to make a mistake down here. You know you have a field goal. So far in this game, 50%. Third down passing for Taylor Lamb. 21 yards. McElfresh in the inside here on the slot. It's been one of his favorite targets coming across.
Upshot is your tailback. They'll fake it to him, throw over the middle, wide open, tight end. Barrett Burns, his second of the evening from 8 yards away, and App State is back out in front.
Why would I say go to a slot receiver? Get back to the tight end. Barrett Burns taking over this game in the red zone. 8 touchdowns. Call him Mr. Touchdown. What a heck of a season.
Point after, up and good. 15 catches on the year for Burns. 8 touchdown receptions. They make it look easy. Taylor Lamb with a couple of touchdown passes. 31 on the season. Scott Satterfield, loving life. App State out in front, but still a long way to go. Points have been coming fast and furious. 17-7 our score at the half as Ohio put together 17 points in 1 minute and 11 seconds. Now App State has put together 21 points in 1 minute and 56. Here's that last touchdown. How do you not cover the tight end? They score touchdowns just about every time they get in the red zone.
Well, McElfresh is going to pull out motion, and that gets the linebacker, and there's nobody home. If your top touchdown guy right here in the middle of the field has been catching touchdowns all season long, you better have somebody to guard, and I think Jovan Johnson is in the wrong spot. The safety's there carrying the inside slot receiver. He should have came back in. That mistake right there cost him a touchdown pass.
11 touchdown receptions this year by the tight end. Taylor Lamb now with 31 touchdown passes on the year, sets a new Appalachian State record. He needs just 2 more to set a new Sun Belt Conference record. Here goes Daz Patterson from the goal line. He is hit at the 22, loses the football.
Talked about it last year. This was a problem for Daz. Already has 1 early in this game. Oh, very fortunate.
Got to be careful in those piles this year. Can't be pulling people off anymore. That's a penalty. Here it is. Take a look.
Listen, when you get into that crowd of defenders, you have got to protect the ball. Standing straight up. Daz Patterson, 5'7". And watch the right. That's how close App State was. Great hustle by Ohio to get on the football and recover it. A.J. Olek, go figure, falls on that ball to get it back for Ohio.
What has Appalachian State done to really get in the head of J.D. Sprague here? First down and 10. And there's a false start. I guess this defense getting everybody's head now. Mike McQueen bounces out, but Sprague has misfired quite a bit. He is now 10 of 22 through the air.
They've been bringing some pressure, speeding up his thought process, but they had a miscommunication on that last interception. Receiver runs a comeback. He's looking at the post route, gets an INT. They got to get on the same page right now.
11:47 to play. They'll swing it out to White. Poppy hit behind the line. He will fall forward for a couple of yards on that. They'll spot it at the 23-yard line, so give him 3 yards. So now it'll be 2nd down and 11. Once again, Ohio chasing the chains. And against this defense, it's playing with a lot of emotion now. Not exactly a great thing to be doing. White comes in motion. Empty set. Looks right, throws left. Here's White. He's hit at the 29. Tackle made by Eric Boggs. That's number 8. 7-yard pickup. Now you've got a manageable 3rd down, and let's call it 3rd and 4. Got to get it over the 34-yard line. They go empty again.
5 wide. Heitzman, the tight end on the inside, trying to get that quick conversion.
Three-man rush. Sprague will run for it, and he'll have it at the 35. Caleb Fuller trips him up, but a gain of 6.
Always got to be careful with empty sets. Everybody's spread out. Gives J.D. Sprague an option there to pass it. Gets himself a 1st down.
Poppy White spins out of one would-be tackler, and there's a flag, and that right in the area of holding.
For captain center Lucas Powell, and he's going to go out there and tackle. Right here you see him grabbing the outside shoulder pad. See that left hand engaged. And again, we've seen App State with the big penalties in this game. It's kind of flipped the scripts. Ohio jumping off sides, get the holding penalty, pushed themselves back.
Near side, White has some running room. He's to the 30. A collision at the 34. Well, tonight after the R+L Carriers New Orleans Bowl, stick around for Sports Center at night. We'll have all the highlights from the bowl games, the Jets and Cowboys, the NBA, NHL, college hoops. Sports Center at night, kicking off after the game on ESPN and streaming live on Watch ESPN. 2nd down and 11. Inside handoff. Now it's 3rd down and 10.
Poppy White getting some more work. Ouellette not in the game. Daz is actually coming in for protection purposes, I'm sure. 3rd and long. Number 49, Ronald Blair, has been double teamed the entire game today. See if he can put pressure, or see if they bring pressure to disrupt J.D. Sprague.
Going up top, man coverage, flagged. Sebastian Smith defended by Mondo Williams, and there was a lot of contact on the far side.
It really was. Mondo Williams had his back. Coach Satterfield doesn't agree, but Mondo Williams on Sebastian Smith, and again, he's got his hands on him early. You can't grab him, you can't touch him.
Yeah, if you don't allow like his hand to come up to make the catch, it's usually going to be a flag.
Right. Get your head around. He doesn't do that and puts himself in a vulnerable position. You're right. They're going to call that every time. And they had an all-out blitz there. They brought the house, and J.D. Sprague had one option to throw it out to the outside and get the PI.
1st down and 10 now in Appalachian State territory from the 48. Ouellette is hit at the 46-yard line. Let's get an update downstairs. Paul, what do you got?
Well, it looks like J.D. Sprague will go after this App State defense through the air, and rightfully so. Alex Gray, one of the main free safeties for the App State Mountaineers, is out for the game. Excessive cramps. He will not return.
That is not good news for the Mountaineers. The junior. Second down. Ouellette cuts it back. Boy, he's hard to bring down. It takes more than one guy to wrestle him to the turf.
Boggs versus Ouellette, 45 versus 45. They meet head on head, and Ouellette kind of wins that one. But I tell you what, two guys. Look at some plays. Boggs having a nice day today. 9 tackles. So meeting those running backs a lot today.
They list Ouellette at just 195. He looks a lot bigger than that to me. 3rd down and 4 from the 41. Empty set. 5 receiver look as they split Ouellette into the slot near side. Sebastian Smith, the receiver, to the near side. That's where they go. Smith makes the grab in traffic. 1st down at the 35-yard line. Gibbs on the coverage.
What a job by J.D. Sprague. Double A-gap blitz to both linebackers in both gaps over the center guard gap. He's got a guy coming free in his face, and he delivers a slant. Gilchrist can't stop him. 1st down.
Ouellette wrestled to the turf, only a yard. 6:45 on the clock here in the 4th quarter. It has been a seesaw affair. App State got off to an early lead, led 7-0, but at the half, Ohio took over at 17-7. Led it's 24-7, and then App State has rattled off 21 straight. And now Ohio on a 10-play drive. Heitzman, the tight end, can't hang on. Boy, and another 3rd down coming up for Ohio.
Heitzman had a chance there right in his belly. Catchable football. Again, J.D. Sprague, can he do it again on 3rd down? He's been converting every single time. App State's been bringing pressure. Now 3rd and long. Let's see if they decide to go with coverage. See if Ronald Blair can make some noise on a down 3-man rush here.
Sprague tries to throw a bullet for Jordan Reed. A little bit low, and it's 4th down. Let's see what Coach Solich wants to do here on a 4th down and 9.
You could pin them back, or again, you're down by 4. If you feel confident with your defense, you got to have a good punt here if you decide to punt. One bad thing you got going is App State's offense with Marcus Cox and company have been hot. This is putting a lot of faith right now on his defense to hold this App State offense, who's been on fire this 2nd half.
Little pooch kick that will be caught at the 2-yard line. 31-yard kick. They'll actually spot it at the 3. App State offense back on the field. It's getting late in Montgomery. Boy, a great time of the year as we take a look at the Bowl Challenge Cup, brought to you by Progressive in the Mountain West since 2002. 4 times they have finished atop the list. Conference USA in 2nd place with 3 first-place finishes. Well, somebody's going to finish in 1st here at the Raycom Media Camellia Bowl 2015 edition. App State backed up at the 3, and there's a safety. Marcus Cox hit by Jovan Johnson, and that's how you cut into a lead.
What a play.
All right, you and I just now during the break talking about if Frank Solich should have gone ahead and gone for it, or should he have punted it. You said he's been coaching 47 years. I think he knows what he's doing. And that's not good news for Cox, who leaves the game hobbling right now with 165 yards on the ground after getting hit in the end zone.
Folks, Jovan Johnson in space, one of the premier linebackers in the MAC conference. This guy has been lights out today, finally healthy, started the season out with a high ankle sprain, has been battling it all year long, gets a couple weeks off, and heck, he's still running after the play. 7 tackles, 2 TFLs, a half a sack, a safety. I can't read his stat line. He's been making so many plays today.
Fumble recovery for a touchdown, a forced fumble. The pass broken up. Here's Poppy White. There's a flag. Well, we were just talking, App State up 28-24, backed up, of course, but the way they run their offense, they could have done a nice job running this clock down, but the safety makes it a 2-point game at 28-26, and now Ohio with the football with 5:59 on the clock. Our officiating crew out of the AAC, headed up by our referee, Todd LaPinta. Guys have done a nice job here today. While we wait for the call, let's head to the studio. Chris Cotter, what's going on? Thank you, Chris. So we had offsetting penalties, so what we're going to do is just re-kick it. Taken by Provitt. He's to the 45-yard line. Fans tune in to ESPN3 for the post-game trophy ceremony presented by Capital One immediately following this game.
Changes the complexion now with this drive. You're only down 2, so you don't need to score a touchdown. They could really put a nice drive together. Ohio, move the chains, get themselves set up, potentially get a field goal. We'd love to have a touchdown and break one out, but a lot of pressure right now on this App State defense to see if they can stop J.D. Sprague.
Ouellette into Appalachian State territory at the 49. He'll pick up 6. DJ Ward making the tackle for the Mountaineers.
It's a good start on first down. Get 6 yards. Again, takes pressure off. Do a lot of different things with 2nd and 4. Keep that defense on a conservative base set.
Big hit on J.D. Sprague. Devin Stringer, the sophomore outside backer, with tackle number 9. Only a yard, and Sprague is down. He missed 6 games earlier this year with a shoulder injury, and you wonder if he didn't just tweak that. And now Greg Wyndham getting loose.
Stringer here. It's a clean shot. Right now, you see that left hand grab his ribs, and he's got a rib protector on. You can see that was a big time hit there, and Sprague's in a lot of pain.
Sprague suffered a head injury versus NIU in the season finale. That means Greg Wyndham came in, replaced him. But Wyndham battled a knee sprain in the middle of the season. The guy that started most of the games, Darius Vick, hasn't even been getting loose today. He's dressed out, the senior quarterback.
Greg Wyndham down by me in Tampa Bay. King High School. I think the one good thing, you talk about those multiple injuries, he's played in 10 games this year, so it's not like this is going to be an element of surprise. Again, a very similar quarterback. passing. He uses his legs in the run game. Getting an opportunity here to cover for J.D. Sprague.
So 4:47 on the clock. And Ohio will take their first of 3 timeouts. And is this to settle down and maybe get Wyndham prepared for this? Yeah. Or is it buying time for J.D. Sprague?
I think, 3rd and 3, there's a lot of options here. You're not going to ask him to stand back in the pocket. You got a lot of good plays in your quick pass game to get the ball out of his hands and make a quick read. Question is, he hasn't thrown a pass yet. The accuracy and delivering the football to make the conversion, not the most ideal situation for a quarterback to step in, but he's played in 10 games. He's been in a situation, but none bigger than the final game in this bowl.
18 of 39 through the air, but 1 touchdown, 4 picks. Looks left, but will keep it. Spins, and he is dropped about a yard shy of the line to make. Wow. He'll be at the 46. He needs to get it to the 45. Doug Middleton comes up from a safety spot. Let's see what Coach Solich decides to do.
What a tackle by Doug Middleton on that play. And right now, we've seen him, number 45, A.J. Oled has carried this team in the power run game. Let's see if they give him the rock and they can get some push on this offensive line. Man.
Boy, Frank Solich just ripped the headset off. He was not happy about somebody and the decision that was made. But certainly Ohio at a 3:59, and they just burned timeout number 2, and you just wonder if this is the game right here.
Well, it is. You got to get a first down. They're down by 2 points. Again, it's not ideal to have your third string quarterback in the football game right now, but you have a big tailback in Oled. You need 1.5 yards here. And I don't know if I like the pistol formation with the quarterback right now, handing off to the back, but this has got to be some type of run play. Let's see if the push, again, that's the most important.
Bobbled snap. Gets the pass away. First down and a lot more. Sawyer inside the 15. They will spot him at the 13-yard line, a 33-yard pickup. How in the world did they make that happen?
I'll tell you what great poise by Greg Wyndham on that play. Botch snap, fumbles out of his hand, faking the handoff and understanding Sawyer's running a little block release route, gets the ball and makes the play. I'll tell you what, play of the year for this football team right now. And how about Sawyer? Doesn't get a lot of reps, 5th-year senior. What a play for him.
Oled with the carry. How about that? Only the 5th catch of the year for Sawyer. Only the 19th completion of the year for Wyndham. And it sets you up at the 11-yard line. 13-yard line. And now you've got an opportunity here to close this one out. And when do you start burning timeouts if you're App State?
Yeah. Again, and Ohio's going to make them, if anything, take their time with that play clock. It's a smart play right here. They're understanding the time. They're going to force App State to do something, but 4 seconds.
So this clock here on 3rd down is going to get down to right around 2 minutes when they have to snap it.
Yeah. And I'd say if they stop them here on 3rd down, you'll get a timeout from Coach Satterfield. They have all of them left. It's a big 3rd down here. Defense has to come alive. Greg Wyndham stepped in, made a huge conversion. It's see if he can make another play.
Play clock at 5. Ouellette hit at the line of scrimmage. Bounces off 2, 3, 4 Mountaineer defenders. He is 1.5 yards shy of the line to make. Give him 4 yards. Now it's 4th down, and they finally use a timeout.
Yeah. Ouellette, what an effort. Ouellette spinning and turning and came close. Again, you see the botch snap, dropped snap, really wasn't botched. It was a nice snap, and 2 wide receivers wide open right here on both sides, and he's able to get himself together as a quarterback. And my question is, where's everybody at? I mean, who's covering those 2 guys? Crucial mistake by the defense. And how about this guy coming off the bench cold, making a big play? Should have caught the snap, but listen, he made up for it, Dave, with that play. That's tremendous. Might eventually be the game-winning play. App State's going to have some time, though, but they got to make this kick.
Josiah Yazdani. He is hit from 36 today. He is 15 of 21 on the year. This one is from 21 yards out. Bonstetter, the holder. Jake Hale will snap it. The true freshman. Good clean snap. Kick is on the way. It is hammered through the uprights. And Ohio has taken the lead at 29-28 with 1:47 on the clock. Going to be a wild finish. We've got a moment. Let's head back to the studio. Chris. Thanks, Chris. 1:47 on the clock. Appalachian State with 2 timeouts left. Greg Wyndham Jr. gets a couple of snaps. Converts a 4th and 1 after a bobbled snap.
Next man up, right?
That's
Next
it.
man up, being prepared. All season long, he's had to be prepared. Darius Vick, their starting quarterback, gets banged up. J.D. Sprague misses 7 games, and all this kid does was, as the 3rd stringer, hey, you got to go on in and help us win a game. And I'll tell you what, great job by him. And now it's the sophomore, Taylor Lamb and company. Can they get this App State offense to put a drive together? And will they be with Marcus Cox, who was hauled off the field after that last safety?
McElfresh to the 21. Well, this is how the last couple of minutes have gone. Ohio needed a key play, and they got one. They get a safety on Marcus Cox. Jovan Johnson comes up with another big play. And then how about the bobbled snap on 4th down from your 3rd-team quarterback who hits little-used wide receiver Kwame Sawyer, just his 5th catch of the season.
And you know what no one will see is A.J. Ouellette taking one for the team with Ronald Blair coming down in his face, makes a key block to give him that extra second he needs.
All right, here's Lamb. Mountaineers running the football with Jalen Moore off the left side. They go nowhere.
Well, we got to speed this up right now. Long extended play, minute 30 left. You have 2 timeouts left. Taylor Lamb's got to get this offense going.
4-man rush over the middle. Pass is caught. 1st down at the 36. There goes Sims McElfresh. That's 14 yards. And if you're wondering, Maddox is hit from over 50 yards. 51 is his long. Coaches feel pretty good with him around 55 yards, but he's missed twice today. Little pump fake from Lamb. He'll try to run for a few extra yards. He gets to the 41. Clock hits 1 minute. Do you use a timeout? Yes.
Yeah, you'll have to take one here.
Maddox came into this game, their kicker, 13 of 14, but he missed his first 2. 39 and 42 today. His only miss coming into this game was a 52-yarder against Georgia Southern. Let's go down to Paul.
Dave, when I spoke to Stu Holt before the game, he told me with Zach Maddox, they're comfortable. They'll roll him out for a 55-yarder. You mentioned earlier how consistent he was this year. He did miss 2 kicks today, and I'll be honest with you. In warm-ups, he was spraying the ball. He did not look confident, and he was frustrated.
Paul, is there any wind at all? Is that an issue at all down there?
0 wind, not a factor at all.
So we'll see if they can get the ball near the magic line of, that 35-yard line. It's kind of the line that everybody keeps an eye on when you got a kicker like a Zach Maddox. On 2nd down and 5. 60 seconds to play. 4-man rush. Lamb has some room to run, a lot of room. To the 40. Inside the 30. A huge pickup for the Appalachian State quarterback of 32 yards.
And I'll tell you what happens here. Terrell Basham is out of the game for this play because he hurt his groin, and his backup comes in and doesn't have contain right there. And where's the spy? The guy that's watching the QB, who's been dangerous all year with his legs, comes up big for this football team, and he gets out of bounds. There's Basham right there. He's got a sore groin, and it showed up big on that play.
Handoff goes to Moore, left side. He'll take it close to the 25, give him a yard and a half. Clock is moving, 43-42. Only 1 timeout now for Ohio.
Again, you got a kicker that's 0 for 2. You'd like to get as close as possible. This team.
Moore again, dancing around. Sneaks out of trouble. Inside the 15, down to the 11-yard line. First down, App State. 15 more yards.
Ohio has been such a good team tackling today, and right there just not good enough. And right now another Ohio player is down.
App State in their first ever bowl game, trying to make it memorable in so many different ways. .40 seconds now on the clock. There was Zach Maddox, the senior kicker out of Jacksonville, North Carolina. And that is Terrell Basham, who
he was hurt 2 plays ago, and he inserted himself in this game, and he might have really re-injured himself in that same area. So there's a kid that wants to stay in the game, and he's actually holding his shoulder here.
Well, it somewhat epitomizes Ohio's season.
Yeah, it really does. He's over here left side of your screen. And again, was just on the sideline with the groin, and it's hard to tell exactly what it was, but he's played a great game today. I mean, he really has, and it's been a key part of what they've been doing today on defense, him and Johnson.
App State has rushed for 298 yards. They have put up 422 yards of offense.
Right now, if you're the running back, Jalen Moore, you want to hold on to this football no matter what. Put your team in a position to have a chance to win.
They're going to throw it. Whew. Devon Johnson chasing the receiver, Levi Duffield, and the clock will stop with 18 seconds. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Interesting play call there. You're in position. Maybe set your kicker up in a spot where he needs to be. You got to feel good about the area right now on the field where you're at. You do have a timeout left, so you're in control of the clock here.
Keep it on the ground. Gain of 5 for Jalen Moore. This clock will run, and the timeout will come with 2 seconds. Zach Maddox has missed twice, and this is what it looked like from 39 and then from 42. But before those 2 misses, he had been money all season long. 93% success rate, second best numbers in the FBS this year coming into this bowl game. Last year, disappointing to say the least, was 1 for 5, then suffered a back injury and never got back on the field. But here he goes with a chance to make this one of the most memorable moments in Appalachian State football history. With 2 seconds remaining, the Mountaineers with a chance to win their first ever bowl game in their first ever appearance. And this is your ball game from 23 yards away. Let's go downstairs. Paul.
Coach, you're down by 1 with less than 2 minutes. What did you tell Taylor Lamb and your offense before they took the field?
Well, they knew what they had to do. We wanted to get into field goal range. The 35-yard line was where we were trying to get to. Taylor made some great plays there. Great run to get us down there. Our running game was the difference tonight. We knew that running game was going to be the difference. I've never seen a football game like this tonight. The turnovers that was happening in this game, our kids never quit. The resiliency of our kids, we've been showing it all year long. And our first bowl game and to win the game, unbelievable.
Coach, first bowl game ever. You went from FCS to FBS. What made you think this moment could be possible?
We got a great administration. We got a great school, great alumni, and our tradition is like no other in the country. I'm telling you that. 3 national championships at the FCS level. First year FBS, we're going bowling, and we win the bowl game. Can't say enough about our program.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks.